We're doing the network scenario 1, and this network scenario 1, we're going to use a good example. An organization has purchased a Class C address of 216.25.5.0, and you would like to use it to create a networks of 30 networks, holes, on each house. Okay, so in doing this problem, first thing you want to look at is the actual, the network itself. I always set up the network, says the 124.163.296.128. Memorize that your mind 124.8163.296.128. The reason why you have to normalize that is because you have to actually be able to put that in your subnet mask when you're doing problem. And picking up with this network, I wanted to give some more detail about what needs to be done. I mentioned the 255.255.255.0 was the network. The problem again is an organization with a Class C network, the 216.21.5.0, and you'd like to use it to create networks of 3,030 hosts on each network. So I said you set up your chart and your mind from 1 o'clock to 2, 812, 4, 8163, 296.128. In that chart, you actually set up the business of the 30. The bits are 30, so you count the bits. That equals 30, in this case, would be bit number 24816. You count those bits. That would equal 30 bits, 3030, whatever they're asking for by that. Looking at that, you could look at your network, and you could say to yourself, okay, setting up that. For the bits, let me look at the network itself, and the network will give you 5 bits. That particular network, so you know the 5 bits for that particular one, which is great. So now you have a general idea on where the network starts. It starts at 32. So the first thing next to me you want to do is you want to use increment to find the ranges on the bits and stuff. So in this particular case now everything becomes extremely easy. Let's see how the address and visual address of 21.2216.21.5.0, and then you just go down the range. 216.21.5.32216.21.5.64.215.21.5, type 6, and 215. That's 21.5.92 to 128. Okay, at the end of the network, you can only... You can't grab the last bit of the networks. Remember, you can't use the first or the last bit for any network. You couldn't use 0 or 3031. You can use anything between that range. So the next thing would be 3216 by 21.5.31. Go underneath that. 216 and 21.563. Underneath that, 2216. That's what you wanted. 5 at 95 and 216. That's 21.127. So they're going to ask you. So you got the ranges. You can use your bit range now to determine that between this and this network, you could 1 to 30 house. Pets, please. So as looking at this in more detail, how many subjects do you have in this network? 2 to the 5, 2 to the 3. I'm sorry, and that's equal to 8 subnet. That you have in this network, they said how many hospitals you have, it'll be 2 to 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock, right? Which should be 32, and you always can count on the chart, the number of increments, by calling from 2 o'clock on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is 32. 2 will give you the whole picture, will be 30 bits, and that meets your requirements. To the network, I think that should do it. Any questions, please? Post back to the blog to me. Let me know. We can have some feedback on this particular topic. Thank you.